Yep, that's well done.
Keep them coming.
Thank you, YouTube. I have activated the sound, which means we have to do all of that all over again.
Better now than later.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, is this better than black boxes where people should be, or worse? I'm not sure. But
again, are we talking about the group black box or?
Well, remember last time? Yeah. Okay. Thanks,
this
Danielle.
Is better because that was a
we
quick.
Had somebody else saying the sound was not working. So all right, we are back. What did I say that last time? I had a whole bunch of great things that I said there. Okay, never mind. She says we are definitely being heard now.
All right.
Great.
We had gone around the table and had reintroduced ourselves. You had also mentioned
really great.
I know. So if you had any doubts about what you said before, now is your chance to do it again. Let's just assume that first one was a kind of a trial run. So important notes, Al will be joining us in 24 minutes because he's off doing some work-related thing. And this is our third session. The first one was offline as we figured out how to play. And now absolutely guaranteed the next time we start this, there will be absolutely no technical impediments whatsoever. It's going to be perfect. So yes, we'll go around the table and everyone will introduce themselves and their characters for the very first time because clearly it happened. Dan, why don't you start us off?
Great. I am Tergar the Wanderer. I am a half-elven druid, and I like to, go out into the woods and be by myself or with my animal friends. Although the people that I'm traveling with currently are people that I actually do like. I like to stick up for the little guy, and if you're a little guy, I'm here for you.
Thank you, Dan. Next up, Jordan Moffat. Let's hear about Jojonderon.
Yes, I'm Jojonderon. I'm a half-elf paladin and potential half-brother of Tergar, a.k.a. Dan. I am a knight. I have a great sword and 5 javelins. However, I prefer not to use them. I always try to have diplomatic solutions. Even though I'm a truly incredible, impeccable, well-trained fighter, I try to fight with my words before anything else. And that's why I'm making such great friends on this trip through the county of Ulek.
Nicely done. And then we have Christine playing Glonda.
Hello, everyone. I'm Glonda. I'm a dwarven bard who plays a fun flute. I used to be a sailor. I like a good drink, a good romp, and a good time.
I think that may be verbatim what you said the first time. Well done.
I was proud of it.
Yeah. Do you have it written down somewhere?
No, I debated writing it out again.
I think you should.
For next time.
Yeah.
Excellent. So when last we left, our characters met up after many years from having seen each other over their childhood years. They were there was a summer camp of sorts in the Elven Silverwood, where they would come together and every couple of years through a variety of connections. But it's been many years since they'd seen each other, when they each received a very magical invitation. A bird, as I recall, landed and gave you each an invitation to the wedding of your childhood friend Nimralian, who was marrying somebody you hadn't met, but this is a big deal to be invited to an elven wedding, so you, of course, decided you would all go. Jojonderon and Tergar met up in the city of Tringlee, and then were also conveniently met by Norman, the gnomish monk, played by Al, who conveniently arrived there around the same time. They trekked together, and then they met up with Glonda somewhere I can't remember on the way. And then they all trekked out together and encountered a band of goblins who had terrorized and killed a peasant farmer. And after some more high adventure, you rescued his wife and daughter from their clutches. Proceeded onwards to the elven wedding, where a couple other things happened, which I'm going to try and remember all the important bits and pieces. Dan achieved his 2nd level as a druid. where he chose his circle, his druidic circle of the moon, I think it is.
That is correct, sir.
Emphasis on shape-shifting is very exciting. Oh, you presented your wedding gift to Nimralian.
Yeah.
The silver samovar, giant tea set that got beaten up very badly in the fight with the goblin. And you very, very close to being overshadowed by another tea set in the presentation of gifts. But your quick thinking and powerful presentation impressed Nimralian and almost impressed her husband to be Arnfael, who you are not taking a liking to. Glonda has had a rivalry with Shimmering Pete, another bard of note in the area. They are trading jabs. He has made an offer that he could introduce her to the right people, the right bardic college, if she would find for him a magic item of some value. He wasn't specific, but he said he'd know it when he saw it. And Al had, Norman, I should say, has encountered Ned, another gnomish monk from his monastery, who has been guiding him around this wedding and also teaching him some things related to being a monk. So I believe when we last left, you guys had also, oh yes, another very big detail was you had met the father, Tergar and Jojandaron's potential father, who is a elven prince who only consorts with human women, thus producing these half-elven bastard children. But they are highly sought after and usually adopted, where the parents are, the mother is married into great circumstances. These children are so highly prized as, almost demigods walking among humans. But the big reveal was that Jojandaron is potentially not actually Sildarian's son, Sindarian. I keep on saying his name wrong. He said, no, he is not one of mine. And this has been kind of a sticking point. So that is where we left off. Unless, have I missed anything that you guys can remember? That is a plot point we need to...
I think that's a pretty good rundown.
I had a really good glass of wine.
Oh, yes, that was another, that may come back to haunt us. So yes, you guys had, you had met a merchant who told you and offered you some of this amazing wine, this amazing red wine, and he has lamented that he couldn't get it anymore. It was from a village called Orlane, where he related that his caravans could no longer go there. The village has fallen on dark times, and he can't get this prized red wine produced by Alwyn the vintner. And this is something that you guys had debated going there, but it is about 400, 500 miles away, so you thought you probably couldn't get there and back before the wedding is going to happen. But yes, good point. Anybody else remembering things that we should definitely remember?
Where'd we end up?
Excellent. So after your presentation of gifts, and you are feeling very good about yourselves, having because your gift was 5th and the 4th one was the platinum tea set that looked quite similar to yours, and you thought, oh, this is great, we're going to give a beaten up silver tea set, wonderful. But your presentation wowed them all, and the gifts continue for the rest of the afternoon, and there's a giant brunch, more festivities. And the rest of the afternoon is followed by some competitions, specifically a poetry competition, an archery competition, and a science competition. Are there any of these that you might be interested in participating in?
Oh,
I'd be very interested in participating in the science competition.
Excellent.
that sounds boring. I'll do the archery competition, please.
So I think you actually have a bow. Is that, I remember?
I don't currently, but I would like one.
They give them out here, right?
They totally do. So you could participate if you want, Dan. Your character is not actually proficient in
Oh, forget it then.
bows. Hey, man, don't let that stop you, though.
Well, what is it? It's the archery, it's the science, and
Poetry.
yeah.
I'll do poetry.
I'll follow my brother.
Okay. So we're going to give up on the archery
Great.
competition.
My friend.
Yes,
I'm having trouble coming to terms with this.
Let's call him a half friend. I think that might be the way.
Oh,
Yeah, we're full friends.
Cool. So I'm so glad your friend commented about that audio. That would have been terrible if we went like the whole thing. And there's no cool. So let's start with the poetry competition. I think that'll be the easiest one to relegate, seeing as that is literally going to be a performance check. Let's see how you might do on that.
Okie dokie.
If I have set this up right, rolling the die will actually have it show up here when you roll it.
So I'm rolling a d20?
You're going to roll your d20 and you're going to add your performance to it.
I have a +2 performance.
Cool.
So I'll roll.
And did it work? Well, I see a 9 here.
I got it. I got an 11.
I got an 11. Yeah, I don't think it showed up on YouTube, so that's too bad. I thought we'd be seeing them here. Cool. So an 11 is pretty decent.
Oh, it did show up, Andrew. It did. It shows up across the top. Yeah.
That's awesome. There's a delay there. So, all right, cool. So now everybody sees how poorly you rolled, Christine.
Yay!
So tell me what a 13 level poem sounds like. What is the subject?
11.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, that's right. You rolled a 9, made it an 11.
Please, please. Certainly. Hello, everyone. My name is Glonda, and here I am, looking like Jane Fonda, coming at you quick, because I want to throw some rhymes, but I can't stay, because look at my sand time. That's my 11 poem rap.
There's a moment where everyone looks around and there's a smattering of polite applause, and let's see if Shimmering Pete does any better than.
No, he's here.
Of course, he's here.
He's always here.
He's always here. Well, Shimmering Pete gets himself, he is a +3, so he gets himself a 9 total.
Ooh.
So he starts his poem, and he looks very smug, like he is going to own you because you have been sort of dueling this whole time. And he starts in and is overtaken with a coughing fit during his poem, right at the important part. And he can't even finish his poem. So everyone's like,
wow,
that Jane Fonda lick, that totally was better than his. I'm curious. I'm gonna roll a couple others and see if there are a couple other people that do. Let's see if that's the best. No, there's somebody who's legitimately better than you, but you come in second.
I'll take that.
And
I'm no pro. I just need to be better than Shimmering Pete.
Yeah, Shimmering Pete's one of the worst ones, but some guy actually makes a very witty takedown of Shimmering Pete's poor performance, and that gets all the attention.
All the hurrahs.
So you are awarded a lovely silver brooch that is worth 10 gold pieces.
Ooh. Is it a magical brooch?
No, it doesn't appear to be magic, or nobody tells you it's magic. It has a very jewelry type appearance to it, as in it feels more ornamental.
Okay.
But it's very nice.
Cool. I'm going to clip it to my outfit.
Excellent.
And also I want to rub it in Shimmering Pete's face a bit.
He gives you a look like, yes,
it's
very.
A sack of garbage, that Shimmering Pete.
Thank you.
A little less shimmery now that he doesn't have a great brooch on him.
Yeah, who's shimmering now?
So let's go to the science fair on the other side of the field. What science would you like to show off? There are definitely more wizardly types and sorcererly types that are demonstrating some very arcane things, some things with potions and some things with. There's a very interesting contraption with springs that you're not sure what that's all about.
I've always been fascinated with rocks.
Excellent. Yes.
Geology.
You're given a table to showcase your science.
Well, I know it's burdensome, but it actually trains me. I carry a sack with me filled with rocks that I've found on my journeys throughout the county of Ulick and all over the whole continent. And so how about I take the rocks from my sack and just put them on the table?
Are they
That's
like a
not
rock
funny.
collection?
It's a collection of rocks, yes.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Okay. So
There are only 3 or 4 so far. I've only just started a couple weeks ago.
It's a collection of 4 rocks.
But I'm earnest in my interest in geology, and I can't wait to keep it going.
Do you have any skill in nature or survival? I would even give you.
That would be on my sheet, you mean?
It would be on your sheet. Yep.
I have a 0 in survival. I have a 0 in perception. I have a -1 in nature.
Excellent. So I feel like this is selling the sizzle, is what you're going to be doing here, because
I have a +6 charisma.
that's what I was going to say. Your performance is definitely going to serve you well here. So why don't you roll and add your performance as you talk up what you think are the merits of these marvelous things.
Okay, I'm going to roll a d20.
You are. We're all waiting. Okay, here we go.
Oh no!
Elves and friends from around, please gather my table of my 3 or 4 rocks that I've gathered from the County of Ulick. The stratification of these rocks is marvelous. Some are geologically interesting, but all come from a bag that I carry around my waist that has come with me from all the way from Tring Lee. I've collected these 3 or 4 rocks, and I will continue. And your feedback will really mean a lot to me as I begin and continue down this road of rock collecting.
That was
So
terrible.
it's quiet. People come up and inspect your rocks. One of them says, "Are these the same kind of rock, or are they different in some way that I cannot detect?"
As I don't know either. That's one of the things I find so interesting.
The big-chested half-elven prince who is giving you the hard time at the party, he's looking at this going, "You're showing off a rock collection at a science fair? Am I really
Yes.
seeing this?
That's right. Yeah.
You're as dumb as those rocks."
Ooh. You gonna take that from him, Joe John Geron?
I don't think that was very nice of you to say. I'm sharing my interest in the natural world.
First, he comes here as an imposter, as a child of Sindarian, which we all know is a lie. And now he brazenly shows that he has no interest in science by throwing these rocks to us as some sort of science action. What is this?
Listen, I'm not charging you to look at my 3 or 4 rocks. If you don't like my table, you can go on to another table.
He goes right up to you and again puts his big meaty finger on your chest and says, "You have dishonored this place for the last time. You will fight me on the field of honor, or you will leave."
When?
"I will fight you right now if you want."
Well, what does everyone else say? What does Nimmeralian say about fighting over a bunch of rocks?
Well, I don't know. Nimralian's not super impressed with your presentation, and she's a little on the fence about this whole, you not actually being a child of Sindarian.
Kick his ass, Joe John Geron.
All right.
Kick his ass with words.
Listen, if you do want to fight over these rocks, if it means so much to you, and if I have disgraced the science fair with my rocks, I'm willing to stand up for it.
Rock it to him.
says, "Good," and he hefts a giant axe. And he wanders further into the field. So let's shift our scene here.
Well, before we go, I just want to pick up my rocks and put them back in my sack.
Done.
Thank you.
Totally do that.
Scene
All right.
change.
Scene change. And
wow, something
I
new.
know. Something new. And I'm going to shift this. Fireball. Boom.
Is that a pavilion?
Oh, I see. We should be over here.
Right. Yeah. I think, well, there looks like a tent, like a circus tent almost up there, and then maybe a couple little
Vincent
gazebo
Massey Park.
tents.
This is Vincent Massey.
This is Vincent Massey Park.
This totally
We
isn't
go.
working. We're not looking at the same thing over here. That's not.
You're not
Oh.
looking at a
Wait,
Google
wait,
map
I
of Vincent
know what I
Massey
need to-
Park.
Yes, that is what it is. I need to do this, and then go to this, and then go to here. Please let this work, because I worked on it all day. Oh, it's not working. It's not changing the scene on our YouTube thing, which sucks. Well, maybe I can do this.
Maybe it's just delayed, Andrew.
Well, I don't think so. Sorry, everybody. This is.
Well, while he's doing that, Joe Jondron, just throw a javelin at the guy, take out his leg,
There we go.
and then we can be done with him. All right? Or cut his head off.
Or Tergar, back him up by using your archery skills.
Now, that's not nice. Because that would be unfair. That would be unsportsmanlike.
But seriously, Joe Jondron, if you'd like me to transform into a wolf and rip him to shreds, just give me the
And
heads up.
If you want me to sing to the point where he gets mildly annoyed, I'm here.
I do appreciate your
Yes.
words of kindness and your offer of support, Glonda and Tergar, but this is about my rocks. So it's a fight that I'll have to make myself.
Go get your rocks off.
Okay, so we're gonna have a.
Oh, now the viewer can see Vincent Massey Park.
I know. I actually got this working, which is great. Of course, I didn't get a token for our Elvish badass, but I'll just find a dude. On this
You can
list
use Norman.
I could use Norman, but I'm gonna use this guy instead.
Where is Gnorman anyway?
He's got
Give
3
him
minutes.
3 minutes.
What
Okay,
did he
he's got
do?
time.
Is he hungover?
Yeah, he's
He's
hungover from
likely
the wedding.
hungover. So I feel like
We
this
had
works.
that wine. Yeah, Elven Prince, that looks gorgeous.
Perfect. So let's start by rolling initiative. Let's get some fighty on here. So you're gonna roll die 20 there, Jordan, and you're gonna add your init value to it.
Can I inspire him?
You can inspire him.
So do I when I add the init, what do I do? Add that for the modifier?
You can do that, or you can just do the math in your head. You just tell
Okay,
me
I'll
what
do
to
the math in my head. And I'm adding what? Sorry.
So you're rolling a die 20, you're adding where it says init on your character sheet.
Init, which is 0.
Initiation.
Oh, okay. You have 0 init. That seems strikingly low. I suppose it's possible. Oh, it's related to your. What is that related to? Yeah, it's related to your dexterity, and you don't have a lot of that, so that's probably why you're so low.
So here goes.
Well, he rolled really well though, which is pretty good.
It's a good thing I didn't give him any inspiration.
But you
Save
did
it.
give him inspiration.
Did
You
I?
said, yeah. Well, you got
All
better than our Elven Prince, who got an 18. So you go first. What do you want to do? He's sitting there with his with a battle axe and a shield.
Well, I don't really want to kill this man's.
Kill him.
So you can decide if you reduce him to 0 hit points, assuming you get to that point. You can decide to knock him unconscious as opposed to killing him.
Okay, could I swing with my greatsword and then bonk him on the head with the nub of it?
Well, you are currently 40 feet away from him there.
Oh,
So it's a great sword, but it's not that great.
It's not
So with-
bonkable yet.
Yeah.
okay. Well, how about I do what Dan suggested then, and I throw 2 javelins at his kneecaps?
Well, that is an option, yeah. So you can make one attack. Is what you can do. You can do a couple things in your combat round. You can move, and you can do an action, which in your case could be an attack, or it could be a dodge, or it could be to get away from combat.
Okay.
And then
I'm gonna move to within 5 feet of him.
cool. So you can move. I believe 30 feet is your movement speed. It should be saying that on your character sheet, and that would bring you to, if I can make this work, it would bring you to about there.
Yeah, I'm having trouble. What do I do again?
So you click on where your dude is, and then you can physically like drag him to where you want him to be.
Oh, click and drag. Okay, I got it. There we go.
Hey, there he is. So given that you do have a great sword, you do have lots of reach, so you could actually hit him from this far away.
Okay, so I will do that, and then bonk. I'll do the bonk move.
Swinging a bonk.
Swinging a bonk. So you can do one of those. You can either, can you remind me what you think the bonk is?
Bonk with nub of my greatsword on the head.
Oh, right. I got you.
Kind of stun him.
The hilt.
Okay, so that's not really a thing you can do yet. You're still getting a sense of your fighting moves. You're more of a do a big thing first, like it's slashing with your sword. It's what
I will slash him with my sword.
Excellent. So why don't you roll that 20-sider, and you're gonna add on your attack bonus, which should be listed there. It shows as a +5.
So my attack bonus is where's that listed?
It's in the middle, sort of in the middle, next to. It's in a big box.
+5 with my greatsword. Yeah,
exactly. So you get a total of. Can you do the math?
Yeah, 17.
17, which is in fact exactly his armor class. So you do hit him, which means you're going to roll a lot of dice. This could end up being very quick. He doesn't have tons of hit points, but your damage is 2d6 + 3.
Okay, 2d6 + 3. So I'll roll 2d6.
Yeah.
Kill him! Oh no.
Boo. 6 points of damage is not enough to kill him. But you do take a little chunk out of his armor. So he is going to return the favor. He is going to close in on you because he needs to get close. He's only got a battle axe. Doesn't reach as far as your thing does. And he is going to try and wallop you. What is your armor class?
Well, I was hoping you'd ask.
It's almost like I'm doing this so you get acquainted with your character sheet and where various numbers are.
Yes. Armor class.
It's AC. It's above where your hit points are. It's right next to where init was, where you said you had a 0.
Well, I have chainmail, and 16.
It is 16. Now,
16.
Unfortunately, I think that is when you're using a shield. Because I think, and being that you're using a...
I have a shield, though, don't I?
You do, but you're using a two-handed sword, which means you have to use both your hands to use it. So I guess item chainmail. Just making sure. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Chainmail. It is armor class 16. I apologize. When you were wearing a shield, it would be armor class 18.
Okay.
So that is good to know because he is he needs to get. He has a +5 to hit you, and if he gets a total of 16, that means he has hit you. So he rolls, and he gets a 13 and a 5, which makes it 18, which means, yep, he sure does hit you. So this is where he does a little clubby damage to you. Well, actually slicey damage with his battle axe. And he's going to add 2 to this, which means he gets a total of 6 points of damage inflicted on you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And so what do I do with that?
What do I do with that? You're getting a crash course in how Dungeons & Dragons is combat. So where it says current hit points at 12,
yeah,
you can turn that down to 6 because you just took 6.
Andrew,
Yes,
are
sir.
we able to jump in on this at all?
Now, what would you like to do? Because this is technically an honor combat kind of thing.
Oh, that's true. I didn't want
I
to
don't-
attack, but I was going to heal maybe, but that would probably be not good for him if I did that.
Well, it depends how you want to play this.
Well,
But-
he's...
Give me another turn.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I got. We're in a fight at this point.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely in a fight.
You've been in a fight.
As it happens, you have been in a fight.
So I guess the only thing I can do now is just to keep wailing on him with my greatsword.
Well, you could cower, you could run away. I mean, you have all sorts of options available to you.
Wail away!
I think I should just do another.
Wail! Wail!
I want to do another big strike with my greatsword.
Okay.
If
Northeast,
he gets,
northwest.
if
Now,
he gets the
did-
nat 20, he deserves a bonk.
He certainly does. Now, did you give him inspiration? I forget where that settled.
I'll give it to him now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you rolled well last time. You might not roll so well this time, and it makes sense that you're cheering your friend on. So what
Yeah,
are you doing / singing / playing to give him inspiration?
Joe Jongeron, you're the man you got it going on. Joe Jongeron, kick his ass. I hate the Elven Prince.
Everybody
Well done,
says
Glenda.
begging the DM for mercy
Thank
is a
you.
free action. So yeah, we will eventually get into the different kinds of actions, but that is totally something you can do. Right, when you have inspiration, it means if you at any time feel that your roll wasn't high enough, you can roll a 6-sided die and add that to the total.
Oh.
This is the bardic
Okay.
inspiration that has been gifted to you by your friend and our squad. So, if you want to keep on wailing on him, that means you're going to roll another 20-sided die. Try and beat his armor class, which I'm pretty sure I said was 18. Whoa, yeah. That'll do it.
With my plus 5. So 22.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
sweet,
That
good.
is totally a hit. So you're going to roll, again, 2 6-sided dice and add 3. And if you miff like you did last time, then you could add Glonda's inspiration die to your damage.
12.
Ooh. Oh, nice. So you get 12 points of damage, which is enough to put him down.
Ooh.
So describe how your mighty strike takes him out. And I'm assuming you're not killing him, or maybe you are putting him out of his misery.
I am not putting him out of his misery.
Let him be
I-
miserable.
But I did chop his arm off. I did a
Well done.
northeast to southwest strike, and it went clean through his left arm. Kind of gave him a bit of a nudge on his side there, and then down he went.
Okay, well, the Middle Ages are brutal, I guess, and no more so than in Dungeons and Dragons land. So yeah, he goes down to the ground screaming, "Oh, my arm! Ah!" Not so big now, this guy.
Yeah,
So
and I'm gonna say, as he's wailing and screaming, I put my greatsword back in its hilt, and I say, "Everyone here must respect my rocks."
yeah, there's general respect for your rocks has been. Yeah.
And if you respect my rocks, I will respect your rocks.
No one else has rocks.
Right. Yeah. Well, there you go. Your introduction to combat in Dungeons and Dragons. We shoot back to the big heads and jitsi. So, yeah. What do you? How do you top that? The crowd eventually. There were some bets laid. You don't know who they were favoring, but you're giving a couple claps on the back, like, yeah, that guy was a bit of a jerk. Thanks for that. And then other people are like, still don't trust you, you false child of Sindarian.
Well, water off a duck's back for me. I don't let sticks and stones break my bones. So I go back to my table and put my stones back on.
When you get back to your
Displaying-
table, there are 4 other stones there, and they're all different.
Is there someone around the table who?
Nope, it is vacant.
Are these
there-
magical stones?
Yeah, listen, treasure seeker. No, they are not. Well, you don't know if they're magic. You got any magic detecting abilities you want to tell me about?
Okay, so
I don't know. You helped me make my character sheet. Are there any magical detecting things you want to tell me about?
Well, let's see. You do have you are technically 2nd level now. We'll be doing the hit points when Al gets here. Do you have a detect magic spell?
I do, but I didn't activate it.
You could if you wanted to.
Oh, I
I
can?
did not.
You can totally cast your detect magic spell. Yes.
You know
Glonda
what?
does not have-
I'm gonna wait until Jojandron figures out what's going on with these stones before I make it about me. As a friend, as a good friend.
Right.
Andrew, I do have a
Yep.
question here. So
Of course.
on my character sheet, it says detect magic, but that's under, I think it's a cantrip. Is that right?
No.
It's not. It's a spell that I just didn't.
Well, I don't think detect magic is a cantrip. Your cantrips are control flames and poison spray. Detect magic is
Oh, there it is.
ritual,
It is a
though.
1st level spell.
But it
Okay.
is a ritual, which means you could cast it if you just had a timeout of 10 minutes, and it
Right.
wouldn't cost you one. It wouldn't cost you one of your spell slots.
Okay, so I will use detect magic.
Okay, so
I
it's a
just
bit
wanna
of a.
you said there's no one at the table. There's no one around at all.
There's no one around. Everybody sort of did the big huddle around as they watched you fight, and then when you got back, there were these rocks there.
Weird. Okay.
So are you going to do this detect magic?
Yes, I'll use detect magic.
Okay, talk us through how that is, because it involves you using your druidic focus, which is your U wand, and also it is a 10-minute big production. So what does that look like?
I line the rocks up so that I am facing all of them. I take a few strides back from the rocks. I actually place my U wand. I lower myself into a seated, crouched position. My legs crossed underneath me. I place my U wand on my legs, and almost like the lotus position. My hands are placed palm up on top of my knees. I stare intently at these rocks. And if you listen very carefully, you can hear almost this low humming sound. Whether it's coming from me or my U-wand, it's hard to tell. My eyes seem almost glassy and stone-like. It's as if I'm peering into another realm altogether. After 10 minutes of time, I have an answer, apparently.
Okay, and what are Glonda and Jojandron doing while Tergar is apparently having a stretch?
Kind of just watching.
Well, I'm still looking at these rocks. So I'm very curious about them. I'm just looking.
Okay, roll your perception. You can
Mine?
roll. Yep, roll a 20-sider and add your perception to it. Hey, it's Al Connors, everybody.
Norman!
Whew. Oh my goodness. What an adventure I've been on.
Norman, I'd love to be back, but I'm in a trance-like state right now, so I can't really talk to you.
That's true.
Got it.
Are we still in the Elven Field?
We are still technically in the Elven Field, yeah.
Okay, and I'm rolling a D20.
Yep.
And I'm going to add my perception to it, which is
Ooh.
You are not rolling well tonight.
a 0. I rolled well when I was fighting. Guy missed
Yeah.
it. What did I roll?
You
A
rolled
4.
A 4.
A 4, and I have a 0 perception. So
Grand total of 4.
to me, it looks to me like these are definitely rocks.
Yeah. You well, you're not sure actually.
Well, yeah, they might not be rocks.
You're almost positive they're rocks. They could be very, very, very hard pieces of wood.
Yes, or maybe bone.
Let us catch Al up to speed here. If you are with us, Al, I think you're unmuted and everything.
Yep. Yeah. Just I have my sheet and everything ready to go. I'm ready to jump in.
Okay, so we have just had the archery, science, and poetry competitions, of which our adventurers here decided to participate in science and poetry. Glonda came in second in the poetry competition, totally besting Shimmering Pete, who had a very unfortunate coughing incident during his last stanza.
I'm sure it wasn't sabotage at all.
Yeah.
I rhymed Glonda with Jane Fonda.
It was a good time, and
Excellent.
she got herself a lovely silver pendant out of it. And then Jojonderon decided to participate in the science competition. I'll let Jordan describe what Jojonderon's entry was into that.
Well, Gnorman, in my long travels, I've started a rock collection. Anytime I see an interesting rock on the side of the road, I'll put it in my sack and carry it with me. And now I have a large collection of 2 or 3, maybe 4 rocks in this sack. I've only just begun. And I put them on a table to showcase them. Well, one man comes up and he says, "You're dumb, and your collection's dumb." And a diplomatic solution could not, unfortunately, be found. And so we went to the Elven Field, and we had a fight. And continuing diplomatic impasses occurred. I sliced off his arm and went back to my table. And when I got there, Norman, there were 4 more rocks.
Oh, unexpected.
Unexpected. So now my collection is at 8 or 9 or 7.
One of
I
those
haven't done
numbers.
a full count.
Okay.
And now we're trying to figure out where these rocks came from. I've used my powers of perception to determine with absolute certitude that they're either rocks, maybe hardwood, possibly bone, or some sort of crusty dirt glob.
Okay.
And our friend Tergar is using his magic skills to do a further analysis.
Which has put him in a trance-like state.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Okay.
Detect
All right.
magic.
We're
But you
trying to
didn't hear
find
it
out
from me because
we're trying to find out if it's magic.
Yes.
So that, because I'm still on the hunt for a magical item to give to Shimmering Pete in exchange for an acceptance letter to college.
Oh, and so maybe besting him at that contest has hurt your chances.
Hey, it's not my fault. He rolled like a shitty.
he whiffed pretty hard there. Yeah.
he had a coughing fit.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That ain't on me.
So after your 10 minutes of trance-like ritual incantation for detect magic, you do detect that one of the rocks stands, it vibrates slightly, or however, maybe your wand zooms in on it. And sure enough, it feels like this rock is different from the rest.
Well, Jojonderon, after much thought and meditation, I believe this rock here, this one, there's something special about it. Glonda, get your hands off of it.
Do you have any further analysis of it, Tergar?
It's magic.
It's magic.
Is it like you rub it and a genie comes out?
Let me look up detect magic, because I'm sure that there's something about the spell which is probably more than just absolute. So
Yeah.
no,
you know
it
what?
either detects magic or not. Yep.
Could I see if it's evil?
You certainly can.
That's my divine sense, isn't it?
It is. It does not detect as either evil or good. It probably, because it's a rock. Yeah.
So it is a rock.
No, to the best of our knowledge, it is a rock-like thing for sure. So let's let Tergar make a perception check, given that he has detected magic on the thing and is now able to look more closely at it.
A new guy here. Sorry to interrupt, Tergar. As the person just joining us, how much time have we spent trying to identify whether or not this is a rock?
More than 10 minutes.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
What am I doing?
How deep?
I'm doing a
What is-
perception.
This is
Yes.
a sobering moment.
You're gonna roll a die 20, and you're gonna add your perception.
Sorry, you're
score
in
to
such
it.
a rush,
Okay.
Norman, stumbling in here from your hangover.
I just want to know the stakes of the moment and just how much
How do I
time has
roll
been
again?
sunk into this.
Oh, there it is. Roll public. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, so
Why is there two numbers?
Because you rolled two of them. You tapped it twice, I think.
Oh.
Getting two dice. You
Should
know
I
what?
do that again?
You're gonna do that again. As nice
Yeah.
as one of those rolls were, you know what? Actually, no. You rolled detect magic, and you got a good score on that. So we're gonna let that stand. You got a.
I got a
I
plus
will even
4
let that be
perception.
an advantage for the sake of advancing the plot.
Yeah.
What is your perception?
+4.
Plus 4. You have a 23 as a total there, which is pretty, otherwise known as pretty damn good. So the rock, there is something inside. It's hard, but you feel it's kind of got a spongy texture to it, and you can detect that the magic is emanating from the inside of it.
I bet it's an egg. Has anybody seen if it's an egg yet?
Yeah, let's eat it.
Should we crack it open?
Can it open?
Tell me how you want to do that.
Is
Norman.
it like a golden snitch?
I'd happily just like give it a good snap with my quarterstaff, just like a little
Drop kick
wrap,
it.
like a delicate.
There is
Like-
a risk.
What risk?
Well,
That,
if it is
that it's a rock and nothing happens.
No,
Well,
then
if it
you'll
is-
hurt Jordan's possession.
then you will help destroy my rock collection. If it's a rock, I want it to be intact.
Well, tell you. Let me tell you this. So my quarterstaff is made out of wood. If it is a rock, the rock should be harder than wood. If it's not a rock, then the wood might just give it a little crack and reveal a new clue.
As a rock expert, I appreciate your explanation.
Okay. And I have dexterity. I imagine would be in getting the right crack of the quarterstaff would be.
I
the roll?
feel like that is definitely a thing. You're gonna roll. You're gonna attack this rock with your quarterstaff.
Okay.
So roll a 20-sider and add your attack rating for your quarterstaff.
All right. Did I roll public? I don't see what it is.
Yep.
You
Yes.
did, yeah. You got a 10, and
Plus-
then your attack
+6.
plus 6. I feel like that bests the armor class of a rock. So yeah, you whack that rock, and it falls into two pieces, and on the table lands on the inside of it what appears to be a very small, like about this big, horn, and it looks like it's made from something like ivory.
Like a horn, like a trumpet, or a horn from an animal.
Like a horn from an animal.
Okay. Inside a rock-like thing.
Yep.
And then the horn was the magical piece.
Yes, it is definitely buzzing on Tergar's radar, but only Tergar knows that.
Okay.
And I'm privately enjoying it.
Tergar, is this magic?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow, magic really gets his mojo going.
You're sweating.
Yeah, just
You,
give me a moment, guys. Just
Okay, now I
I'm
want to
just,
hit the horn with my stick. Like now I'm on a roll.
Wait. This could be my key to school.
Oh, okay.
So
That's why-
normally a detect magic spell would give you some sense of the school of magic that it is related to. This doesn't. It doesn't feel like it's from a school of magic per se. It just feels like it's been touched with some kind of magic. It is not a strong magic, but you feel like it is special in some magical way.
well, Joe Jondron, this was your rock, and I past tense it because it's broken now. What would you like to do with the contents of that broken thing?
Well, I think it would be nice if I could keep it as part of the collection.
Keep a horn
That's-
as part of your rock collection?
I still think it could be a rock.
No, you're pretty sure it's not a rock. You're aware enough to know that is not a
Okay, well,
rock-like thing.
let me hold this thing. It's a small. Is it like a unicorn horn?
No, it's like that big.
Well,
This
it
big.
does has a passing resemblance to the horn in your holy symbol.
That's what I was thinking.
Mhm.
It does seem to have a passing resemblance to that. So I think maybe this might have a, there might be something to this.
Indeed.
Maybe you could put it on a chain around your neck.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, that would look cool.
I think I might do that.
The chicks dig that, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
think
could
so.
tell them it's a giant shark tooth.
Well, I don't see how that's cooler than a unicorn horn.
Oh, true. Yeah, you know what? I hang out with a lot of surfers. I'm a sailor, you see.
You can't get past that, really. Yeah.
Okay, well that's.
Is there anything else you would like to accomplish at the science fair? You do not place, unfortunately, at the science fair. The prize is awarded to somebody who has invented something called a parachute, where they jump off of the
Two shoots.
yeah.
A pair of shoots.
It's poorly named because it's actually one thing, but it's like a big backpack and a big sail comes out of it, and an elf floats to the ground from the 200-foot tall tree from last night's party to great applause, and he takes a prize, which is an illustrious golden amulet.
Oh, wow.
Science, who knew? If only you were here, Al, you might have participated in the science competition.
Hey, man, I still got to hit something with a stick, so I'm cool.
It's fair. If only you weren't hungover. So, of course, there is a party following the science, archery, and poetry competitions, because there's a party every night. And the wonderful thing about this elven tea that you've been drinking in the morning, it seems to do a great job on hangovers, except for Norman, who had an exceptionally big one this morning, apparently.
Yeah, true.
So everybody is there. It is held in the Elven Field, a big pavilion. Music is being played by all sorts of bards. Whether or not Galanda chooses to share her skills with people, I'm sure it's roundly entertaining. And Nimralian and Arnfael spend their evening going between different couples, everybody they can see, trying to welcome them, see how they are, whether they're enjoying themselves, that sort of thing. I'm sure they pass by you as well. And they also separate to cover more ground, because at a wedding you get only so long with everybody. Is there anything you would like to do at this grand affair?
I'd like to go into the woods. This is long.
I would like to leave the grand affair.
Is the bar's open?
The bar is open. The bar is open every night.
I'll go to the bar, Norman. I'm into the bar tonight.
I'll buy you something.
Yeah, because it was an epic night the night before. My former half-brother chopped someone. I think there's a lot to celebrate here.
Right.
And I think this wedding is almost over, right?
The wedding has not yet happened, but it is scheduled for tomorrow night.
Great. So it's almost over. So let's go get drunk.
Sold.
Yeah, I'd like to join you guys. I've had a rough day chopping off a guy's arm and picking up rocks.
I also am here for a good romp.
Yeah, romp.
Al, you didn't see this, but in the beginning of the stream, I muted us or something. So the first 10 minutes of recap and introduction, we're totally in the mute. And happily, somebody mentioned it on the stream, which was nice.
The good people of YouTube.
The good people of YouTube. Our 5 viewers were vocal. It was very nice.
And they did refer to your thing, Jordan, as a geomiracle.
Oh, good.
That was
Andrew Spencer Lee, everybody.
Yes.
My friend down in Louisiana, who is no doubt happier now post-election. So,
yeah.
It is 8:30. Traditionally, we take a break around this time. Do we want to take a fiber just to refresh Bev and have a bio break?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I'm good
Excellent.
for 5.
I will do a big sting to a standby video intermission countdown, which is going to happen right now. We'll see you in a few minutes. And we're back from intermission. Next time, we've decided we will take 2-minute intermissions, so everyone will have to be much quicker to go to the bathroom.
I had a power nap.
Yeah, my drink is almost empty again.
Oh my God, we need to take another
I'm
intermission,
having a
everybody. Sorry about that. So,
you're drinking from a straw. It's a milkshake. I thought you were protecting your teeth or something.
My teeth need no protection.
Because then I had a thought, I need to maybe start drinking from a straw.
Oh, did you think I was drinking like booze with a straw?
Yeah.
that's what I
No,
thought.
Mark brought me a milkshake.
Oh, that's nice.
That is pretty nice. So, meanwhile, back in the game, you guys are getting bombed at the bar when Joe John Duran is maybe talking to some people, but he goes off on his own for a moment, and there's a darkness that immediately covers him, and he is whisked away. What?
Wait, did I just see that?
Nope, nobody saw that. It just happened in a moment, and Jojandron resists and tries to figure out what's happening. Is he being maligned? Is he being kidnapped? When he feels he's being trundled away somewhere. And then when the bag is removed, he is in a meadowy field. The moonlight gazes down upon you. And around you are several figures dressed in varying types of armor, chain and plate, and as well as they are all wearing the symbol of Alona, your patron goddess. And you are in the center of them, and what appears to be a suspicious moonbeam is illuminating exactly where you are. And one of them steps forward, and he points a sword at you and says, Jojandron, it is your time to decide whether you are worthy of Alona. Do you commit yourself to her cause, to the protection of all things of nature?
Gentlemen, I committed myself to Alona the first time I spoke her name.
Strong words and strong deeds have we seen from you, Jojandron. If you are indeed willing to embark on this path, then you will commit to the ritual which binds you forever in her presence.
I've been practicing that ritual every night for the last 15 years.
They look at each other like, is that a thing? Is that possible? I don't think it's a thing.
Now, before we go through with it, who wants to see some rocks?
They look at the amulet, the new amulet that you've got around your neck with your new fangled horn on it, and they go, oh, this is the favored one. Yes, look at that. My goodness, is that really what I think? Oh, goodness, oh, it's very well. And one of them steps forward. He's wearing robes, ceremonial robes, and says, enough. Cease this murmuring. And I will conduct the ceremony. Jojandron, step forward. And he brings you to the stump, which is also in a convenient moonbeam. Did your character have a last name? I'm not sure whether
Gok.
Gok? I should have known. Jojandron of Gok. Do forever and without reservation commit yourself to be the one and true only bride to Alona.
Only bride?
Yes, I know what it sounds like. It's
Yeah, sure, yes.
Just watch out what's going to happen with that horn.
And with that, a shimmering figure appears slowly next to you. And indeed, it has a very feminine feel to it, and it lights up the entire meadow. You feel like you're in the presence of someone you've been praying to most of your life. It is indeed Alona, and you are charged with this feeling of divine grace. And you can see a visage in the...
I feel like I'm leveling up.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, yeah. And you see the eyes, these golden eyes, in this streaming visage looking at you. And she sort of steps towards you, and you are engulfed in this glowing divine light. And you hear the priest say, "And by the power vested in me as the duly ordained priest of Alona, I hereby declare you bride to Elona." And all the other knights in the surrounding meadow raise their swords and go, "Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah," make a big fuss. And you feel like you are kissing a god right now, which is, no word of a lie, a pretty exciting experience.
I feel great.
Yeah. And with that, the light goes out and you are left feeling very alone, but with a strong memory of what has just happened here. You definitely feel favored and part of something bigger than yourself. You've always kind of felt like you were part of something, but this sort of is like, no, this is legit. And at this point, this is when you officially become second level and now have access to your paladin's spells.
Yes.
As we have discussed previously.
We have.
And yeah, they all go around giving you a good old back clap and say sorry about the whole bag over the head thing. It's kind of what we do.
Hey, now I know how my rocks feel.
Yeah, exactly. And the best part is when you get a couple of levels in, you'll get to do this to some other fool. It's great, eh?
Oh, terrific.
So they escort you back to the party. There's some general rivalry, and they are
Hey,
more
let
than
me get these guys around.
Yeah.
Round for the priests.
There's definitely some into that. We've come to the best part of the evening, which is where you all decide your hit points for having achieved level 2. You can either choose to roll randomly your hit die, or you can wimp out and take what's called the high average. So it would mean that for Dan, Christine, and Al, who all have an 8-sided die for hit points, you would all get 5 hit points. And for Jordan, it would be 6 because you have a 10-sided die. Or you can roll the dice, and maybe you'll get more, but maybe you'll get less.
I'll roll.
Would it be like
roll it.
5? Would it be 5 more than what we currently have?
It would be, and you add your Constitution bonus onto it. So for you, for Glonda, that would be another 4 on top of that, because she's got, like, I think, +4 bonus on Constitution.
Ooh.
So significant.
Correct. So if I have 12 now, and then I go +5, and then another 4.
Yep.
It's a pretty good deal.
That feels too good to be true. I'm gonna probably go with that.
Yeah, you don't want to, because you could get an 8, which means you get an extra 12.
Yeah, but I know me.
All right. Well, tell you what. You have decided on the high average. Let's roll and see what you would have gotten.
Oh, that's mean.
Uh-oh. And what am I rolling at 20?
You're going to roll an 8-sided die.
8. Thank you. Oh. Okay.
Let's see. You
3.
definitely made the right decision.
Yay!
So give yourself 9 extra hit points.
Will do.
Who wants to go next?
I will roll.
You're going to roll? You're going to roll a 10-sided die, my friend.
All right.
And he gets a 5, which is just only 1 less than the high average. So that means you're going to get, with your Constitution bonus +2, you're going to get 7 more hit points. Oh, and you're going to, over the day or two, you're going to heal those 6 hit points damage you took. So your hit points maximum are going to go up by 7.
Wow.
Who wants to go next between Dan and Al?
I'll go.
Okay.
Hang on. Just loading the elven field again. Okay, so I'm rolling a 10 side.
You're going to roll an 8-sided die, or you could take the high average of 5.
Nope. 8 side. Where we go? Roll public.
Yep. Oh, he rolled a 7.
Whoa.
Nicely done.
Oh, great. I'm going to roll a 1 here.
So I add 7 to my 8.
You do. And since you have no Constitution bonus, it is just what you rolled there.
Great.
Dan, if you roll a 1, I will let you re-roll it. But
Yeah.
if you roll a 2, you're going to be stuck with it.
I have a very low hit point total right now. So I have to be careful here. I feel this. I feel good about this roll. Here it comes.
Let's go, buddy.
Hey!
Yeah!
7. Nicely done.
So +2 Constitution, correct?
That's right.
All right. So I go up by 9. Is that right?
That's correct. You go up to 19 in total. Congratulations,
Great.
everybody. That's some pretty hot rolling. Well, that was exciting. Cool. So you guys have a big revelry night. When you guys didn't see Joe Jonderon for about a good hour or so, but you were so busy having a really nice time that maybe you didn't notice that he had disappeared. But when you see him again, he's surrounded by a crush of armored knights, and they are all sort of singing songs you don't recognize, but all seem to be about this god that maybe he worships. Seems to be kind of cliquey. I don't know.
Joe Jondron.
Yes, Tergar, here to have a pint, have an ale.
Who are your new friends?
Yeah,
These
you're
are-
kind of glowing there.
Yes, well, I've become a bride.
Excuse me?
What?
I was married to a ghost woman just this night, and all these knights are of the same order, and I feel like we've been brothers. Not the same kind of brothers that we are, Tergar, although we're not actually brothers, but brothers of a different sort. And I'd love for you to meet them. Guys, this is Tergar, Glonda, and Gnorman. They're my best friends.
Could you, well, why don't you introduce us to them?
Yes,
Doing it right now.
this is Mayfield, the Holy. Mayfield the Holy.
Mhm.
this
I've heard of him.
is-
Yes. Hello, Mayfield the Holy.
This is Gogzonder, also the Holy. They're all holy. This is Fred. And then it goes on and on.
Are there more names? I'm just writing these down because this is
Yeah,
good
there's
stuff.
a Flidelian.
Flidelian. Okay, yeah.
There's
Tergar, why don't you read some of their name tags? I can't read. Is it Elvish?
This would be common.
Oh, common. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's a mix. Some are elves, some are humans. Yeah. I think he's good, is what he's saying.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough. So, you guys have a great night into the evening as the evening progresses into dawn, and lots of drinking is had. You awake the next morning again with the elven tea. You desperately need this elven tea because, man, you guys are feeling like you got run over a bit last night. And but today's the big day. The wedding will be held at noon under the beaming sun. The weather has been perfect this whole time, almost as if somebody has maybe cast a spell or two to, make it so. But today it's like super perfect. It's like there are newborn blossoms on various flowering bushes, and birds are literally chirping in the air. Lots of music is being played, and it's just a delightful environment. There is a complimentary breakfast gathering. It's been one of those every day basically, but this one is super nice. Like they've been pulling up the stops progressively every day, but now they have really, it's a 4-course breakfast, and I mean that's just the breakfast. Nimralian comes by to visit just before breakfast and says, "Hey, how are you all doing? Haven't had a chance to see you much, but I just wanted to say I'm so happy that you're here."
Well, trust me, you're the reason why I'm here, and I wouldn't miss it.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Tergar. And Joe Jondron, you're practically glowing. I'm just really happy that you're here.
I'm glowing just because I am here, and we're so happy that you like our Sangovar.
It is great. We've already got a great place for it. Yeah.
Joe Jondron made a whole bunch of new friends last night. Why didn't you tell her some of their names?
Oh, there was Fred. There was Gigxander, the Holy. There was Flidelian.
The Holy.
The Holy.
Holy.
Yeah. Those
And
sound.
there was, I think I'm missing one more.
Yeah, you are, but it's okay. We'll quiz you on later. So you spend some agreeable time with her, and she then goes on to see some other folks. You have an enjoyable breakfast, and then there's a big flourish as preparations are underway. You hear the sound which indicates that the wedding is imminent. and that people are now, scrambling to get to the best seats, or probably prearranged seating. It's very elvish. Do you do anything before this, or you're all just gonna go, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna finish my waffles first, but then I'll just go. I'm gonna take some waffles to go.
Take some waffles with you. Clearly.
I feel like it's going to be a long ceremony.
Yeah, I'm gonna build myself a tiny fort made of waffles and gradually eat my way out.
Similar to how in other universes people rush to get on to the plane during pre-boarding stuff, so that they feel like that will speed up the whole. I rush to my seat in the hopes that speeds up the process.
Yeah, it
one
totally
step
doesn't.
closer to getting through this ordeal.
Fair. Doesn't do that though. It prolongs. Things are delayed.
Do we
It's
have
a
good
mind's perception.
Right. Sorry, Christine?
Do we have good seats?
Yeah, you guys managed to score some great seats as like the childhood friends of the bride. You're right up front. You're not
cool.
like front because that's where like
The
family
parents
is.
and
But it's kind of mid front, which is pretty decent.
Cool.
bless
cool,
you,
cool.
Joe John.
Just choked on some water.
That's
Hey, Glenda.
Yeah.
Is it me or is Terakar like in a real bad mood?
Always.
Yeah, but not particularly right now.
I don't know, man. He just always wants to be by himself, and I just want to have somebody to party with. Like,
Okay.
you were gone, and it was really weird for me.
Okay, well, there's room for two in this waffle fort.
I'm on my way.
Nice.
A waffle fort.
Yeah, we
'Cause
got it.
we're little, so we can fit.
So
waffle fort.
the ceremony begins. It is illustrious affair. There's a processional. Everybody is dressed in extremely high-end gear, flowing white robes. There are fairies literally flying beside the bride and groom as they come up. And as has previously been agreed, Glonda is at some point invited to come up and sing or perform the pre-wedding introductory song, because Shimmering Pete does the first dance later, but she got to, the less but more, it's a nice position, lots of spot, but she gets to perform the processional announcement song.
Am I to do that now?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to my this wedding. I'm so happy to be celebrating with my friends who I consider my family.
Glenda.
Emeralian and Arnie, this one's for you. Close your eyes, make your wish, and blow out the candlelight. For tonight is just your night. I'm gonna celebrate. All through the night, throw your clothes on the floor.
Appropriate.
I'm gonna make your dreams come true.
I'm throwing waffles.
I'm prepared to be with you. Girl, whatever you're with me, you're
Syrup.
I'll make love to you like you want me to. And I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. I'll make love to you. Thank you.
Nice. Let's have you roll at advantage. Roll your performance at advantage. Let's see what the crowd thinks of your stunning rendition.
No.
This guy liked it.
So
How
roll
do I
two.
do it?
Just roll 2 20-siders and take the best one, and you're going to add
Okay.
your performance to it, which I think is +2. Right,
Yep.
hard. Hey, 18. It looks like.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
for sure an 18 song.
Definitely. There is a raising of torches during the soft bits and rousing applause. Numeralian has a bit of a tear in her eye.
Everybody has
Arnie-
boners.
Yeah. Even Arnfeld looks like he's moved subtly, to this stirring rendition. Surprising.
Tergar thought about transforming into a dove, but then just didn't want the attention.
So with great fanfare and Shimmering Pete looks a little jealous at the attention you're
Damn
getting
right.
Oh my god. I'm like rubbing the brooch that I won. Bit shine.
As you come down the stage and rejoin your friends, and the ceremony continues, and there's a lot of devotions at this point. There are other people that come up, other members of the family that describe the place in the society from each of these two families, how Nimralian comes from a long and storied clan with great ties, noble links to various princes and princesses, and how Arnfeld comes from a family of industry, how they have made links to the varying countries, a very diplomatic family, and how this bond between their two families will see them forward, blah, 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 blah. And eventually you're like, time does go on. Norman has gone through all his waffles. People have gone through their drinks. The elves in the crowd are very attentive and very teary-eyed through all this. If you're not really into the legacy, though, you feel like, get along.
Tergar has fallen asleep.
That is definitely a possibility, yeah. Eventually, we get to the good bit, as we call it. The proclamation of vows. And first up is Arnfeld, who is asked whether he would join his clan to hers, forever taking her under his protection, bonding them forever, forging a path forward for peace and prosperity, and to which he proudly beams out to the audience that, yes, he will take her under his protection and forever pledge his love to her. And there is a great hue and cry, applause from all. And then the attention shifts to Nimralian as she is also asked, will she accept this protection, enter his clan, forge the two links together to forever bond together, to love him forever, and to forge new links and paths forwards. And there is a moment and a pause, and she says, I cannot. Yeah, that's kind of the reaction from everybody.
Oh my god.
I cough up a waffle.
I was in the waffle fort. I'm like, holy shit, Norman, did you hear that?
And I wake up because Norman coughed. I have no idea what's going on right now.
And there's a sort of a look around like, this doesn't happen a whole lot. What the? And she says, I cannot, for my heart belongs to another.
Oh.
And
I
Arnfeld
stare
looks
at
at
Joe
you.
Dongeron glowing because I saw them flirt earlier.
Arnfeld looks at her and says, well, who has this? Who has your heart? And she looks out and says, it is Joe Dongeron. It has always been Joe Dongeron.
Ooh.
Wow.
And like you could hear a pin drop
You just
from
became
like
a bride too. This is awkward.
I just became a bride. Wow.
Whoa, did you just say that out loud, that you just became a bride?
No, I said that as an aside to Glonda.
In confidence.
Wow.
Into the waffle fort.
Well,
Yeah, all eyes are on you, Joe Dongeron.
yeah, there's a shuffle as like 1,000 people are starting to turn and look at you. There's a guy with a bandaged arm, stump of an arm, who is also looking glaringly towards you.
well, I'll stand up.
I within the waffle fort, I'm like whispering, I'll make love to you. Like you want,
Friends, I must
Glonda,
admit,
easy.
and I'll hold you down.
I did not expect this to happen. How about we talk about this in private, find a diplomatic solution?
Boo!
Boo, right.
Get married. I don't know why you shouldn't. There's no reason why you shouldn't just get up there, right? Right?
No, this is Armfeld has the floor here, and
Arnfeld looks at you like he could shoot daggers out of his eyes if possible. And he looks at Nimralian, and he looks at you, and he like spits on the floor and stomps off, and his entire family follows him. Nimralian's parents are like super pissed right now.
What's going to happen for the next week of parties?
Can I go up to Nimralian and talk to her?
Yeah, if you want.
Nimralian, how come we never talked about this before?
There was never the time. Ever since we saw each other at camp, I always knew, but then I pushed those feelings down. But then when I saw your acts of heroism and you're so charming with your gift, I just could not, in all faithfulness, bond myself to Arnfeld, knowing that my true love was with you. Surely we can, in the fullness of time, make this bond permanent. Do you not feel the same about me? I know you do.
I do, but I've also committed myself to a life of being a knight and going on quests with my friends. And I feel that there's more out there for me than settling down. And this is a bit of a surprise that all this is happening, but Nimralian, as grateful as I am for our love, I'm not that into you.
Ooh. Whoa.
I think I'm a lone wolf. I think there are much more I can achieve. And you can keep the Sangovar.
She looks at you like, oh. And you hear a snap like a twig breaking, which is probably because Turgar just stepped on a twig. It could be her heart. You're not sure, but it's probably the twig. But with that, she turns and walks slowly away. She is embraced by her mother. Her father looks at you like, oh, we're going to have words one day.
Oh, boy.
And leaves. And with that, everybody else sort of files away, leaving you four on your own.
I consider that a learning experience.
That was awkward.
And what did you learn?
Well, just never to talk to women again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lesson. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Look, you have to own up to the fact that, I mean, we've watched you grow up with her. I thought that the two of you were into each other.
Yeah, I've always had affection for Nimralian, but I don't think it was the time to sweep her off the feet now at her wedding to someone else.
You didn't just not sweep her off her feet. You pounded her into the ground. That was horrible.
That was rough. After I'll make love to you? Come on.
Yeah, come on. Way to make me feel uncomfortable. This is about me now.
I guess I should have rolled something.
No. Well, I mean, what would you have rolled, really?
Charisma.
Yeah, let me make this better. Let me let you down gently.
Could have showed her my rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what she wanted. To have you and your rocks forever.
I suppose the four of us should get the hell out of here as soon as we can, huh?
Well, I feel like one of us should say something. Probably not you.
No.
Glonda?
Should I go try and do a girl talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go talk to Nimralian.
Okay. It takes a while. She's kind of sequestered away, as in a lot of people are trying to comfort her right now and or tell her that she's an idiot. So let's have you roll your stealth to see if you can to get into that zone undetected.
Okay.
Roll a 20-sider and add your stealth rating to that. rolled pretty decent. I'll let you have that. So yeah,
It didn't show up for me. What was it?
12.
Okay, so 13 total.
Okay. I will give that to you. So yeah, you meander your way through the various pavilions until you find the master pavilion on the bride's side, which is Nimralians, and you hone in on the sound of crying, and that probably is somebody else might be crying, but it has a Nimralian style cry to it. So yeah, you figure that's her. You sneak in, and there she is on her bed, a broken woman.
Hey girl, I got you a chai tea latte.
She looks at him and says, "Oh, Glonda, how could he be so cruel?"
Well, I don't think he was being cruel. I think he was maybe put on the spot. How come now? Why now did you bring it up?
Why now? Why not now? Why should I hold this feeling in forever?
No, but maybe say something before the wedding.
Oh, Glonda, you've always been the sensible one, the smart one. I should have told you before, but I didn't know. I was so caught up in the moment. I thought I could push this all down. I couldn't. He was just too attractive.
I get it. I get it, girl. I've seen them all. But I don't know. What would have been best case scenario here? What was your goal? That you go down the aisle, you're right before marrying Arnie, and then swap out Joe Jondron, says yes, jumps up and marries you right then and there.
She's like dabbing her eyes and going, yes.
That's some fantasy world. This isn't a fantasy world. This is real medieval life.
You got her there. Yeah.
Their family is here, and people are traveled across the world, and I understand that you have to do what's good for your heart, and I respect that, and I think you did the right move. I just think your timing was maybe a little bit off.
Yeah, you're probably right. And listen, about that, a lot of my family doesn't really care for you all right now.
Why? Was it because I sang Boys to Men?
Well, I mean, that was a really nice song. I'm not sure how appropriate, but you did really well. I was very touched and, moved in a lot of ways. But listen, really, what I'm trying to say is that I think you may want to try and get out of here sooner rather than later, because people don't like Joe Jondron right now, and I think they want to kill him.
Okay, so by association, Gnorman, myself, and Terragar
yeah,
probably.
they may not discriminate. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. I love you. You are my best friend. And I will make sure that we run and hide, and send me a letter and keep me posted on what's up, and we'll be heading north. Perhaps I'll send you a scroll when we decide where we're going, and maybe if you want to reach out or come meet up with us, maybe you and Joe Jondron can have a real talk without the whole fact that there's a wedding going on. That might be better.
Yeah, you're probably right. I probably misjudged this a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Well, yes, I'll send you a messenger of some kind. Good luck, Glonda.
You too. And then I hug her real tight.
And she hugs you real tight, and the blubber's a bit into your shoulder though.
With like a badge of honor, I wear it.
Okay.
And then I run out and I say, guys, cheese it. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
So, you guys occupy sort of a persona non grata status now at this whole affair. People are, packing their things up. Shimmering Pete does not look at all impressed. Anytime he sees Glonda now, probably only the one time, but he looks at you like, you.
I didn't do anything.
Well, more like you, actually, Joe Jondron. But, you stole my spotlight. He doesn't even say the words, but that's what he's thinking.
Not my fault. I just played by the rules. Joe Jondron, I don't think people are happy with you, and we should get out of here. Norman, please eat your way out of that fort.
Yeah, let's get some quick to go and then get.
I'd like to just point out there is a silver lining to this. The wedding's over.
All right. Good wedding. Let's do this.
You ready?
Bye.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Should we keep finding that wine then?
Well, let's look at a map. Can we look at a map before we head out? See what direction we want to go?
Let's look at a map. Let me bring up the scenes, and we'll get up.
Look, I'm as up for an adventure to some wine tasting as anybody. It's what we're looking for, like a really nice cask or something.
Yeah, totally. All right, so let me see if I can do this right. Where if I was a fireball plume, which should be the Lick States. So let me see if I can make this happen here. You all are down in the wedding, which, if I did this correctly, you should also make the people at home see where we are. Boom. Does that work? Yeah, there you are. So you're in the Silver Woods. If you click on my name, it'll kind of get you where we are. Click on where it says AN in red. Then you'll see the red dot which says the wedding.
I'm not seeing anything.
Me neither.
No.
Boo. Did you maybe reload the page?
I'll reload it.
Oh, there. So above the Rushmoors, north of the Rushmoors.
Or Lane.
That is where Orlane is, yes.
Okay, great.
I'm on a mountain range and it says Whispering Woods and Forest. That's the only thing that is on my map.
Well, you're gonna have to. If you click on where it says Andrew, the red circle that says Andrew, that should bring you down to sort of southeast of where you are currently in Silverwood.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, somebody can describe.
I'm in the Ulick States.
Well, look, we don't have anywhere we need to go. I wouldn't mind. Let's go off the beaten path. Let's go north. Let's head.
Yeah, let's go
towards the Big
adventuring.
River.
We have nowhere to be except for away from the wedding right now.
Yeah, it's garbage time.
I say we head towards the dim forest and see if we can find some fun there. Let's head to the mountains. Let's just go north. Maybe, see what we can find. I've heard there's some beautiful vistas there and lots of animals for me to meet.
Yeah, lots of animals to eat.
That's true.
Excuse
Lots
me?
of tasty animals.
Wait, so we're in Silverwood?
You are in the Silverwood right now. If you are interested in following up on the one and only sort of plot lead I have given you in Orlane, then likely your best course would be to get onto the Sheldamar River. Fortunately, you have Glonda, who is a sailor who can secure you passage on any kind of boat, because that's a perk that she has. And that'll get you all the way up to the Rushmoors.
So just to be clear, the question is, do we go invest? What is this wine thing that we want?
Yeah,
to
I'd like.
Forget about
I
the
don't
wine.
remember
If we
it.
come across wine later, that's great.
Okay,
So forget
we're,
that quest.
So the other option is we just go. See what
That is
happens.
entirely true.
Okay, let's do that.
So,
Right.
does anybody remember the wine plot hook?
The wine about the wine. I had it in my notebook, but my notebook's in the other room.
Well, I technically wasn't there for that.
Right, that was a me and Norman thing.
That's right.
We had some wines that they don't have any more of, and it was in this one area that they don't really make it too much. Oh, it was in the water. It was in the water.
Right, it's secret
Something
stash.
was in the water. It's in my notebook. My notebook's in the other room. I'll go get it if you want me to.
So next week, let's have all the notebooks in this room.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's totally fine. The deal is that something has happened in the village of Orlane, which is amiss. It is there is A darkness seems to have descended on this village. The merchant talked of how his caravans were greeted by a cheerful village in the past, and some of the best wine, you have ever tasted came from there. And he cannot send his caravans there anymore because anytime they do, they're greeted with, they are turned away. There is a distinct unfriendliness that is there, what he described as sinister, and rumors abound as to why this is happening. Some say an evil sorcerer has come to that area and laid claim to it. Others say that there's something in the water which has made everyone, sickened everyone, or made them in some way evil. But it is definitely, it had piqued your interest previously. So,
Heck, that piques my interest now. I want to investigate.
Yes, it sounds like there's some wrongdoing that needs to be righted.
Right
And
up
I
your
want to
alley.
get as far away from this place as I can, and I think sinking my teeth into a new mystery will help me forget the heartbreak that I was
That you've created?
just well, no, I think it happened to me.
I see Orlean on the map.
Yep.
Where is it?
I'm trying to click it.
It is.
Did you remove my clicking ability, Andrew?
No. You got to choose the bell now at the top, and then once that's clicked, you can click on the map, and it'll make the bell happen.
We're in Orlean though right now.
No.
Oh, we're not in
no, sir.
Orlean.
It
Where
won't.
are we?
Have I made it work?
Yes, sir.
It won't ding.
Oh, it's not working. That's weird. I don't know why
It's at northwest of the Rushmores.
Yes, which is a
Northwest.
vast swamp.
Ah, there it is. I'll ding it.
I just
No,
don't
it's-
understand where we are.
Good luck.
So, yeah, the dinging doesn't seem to be working right now.
No, it's fine. I'll ding it.
Okay, you ding it. So you're at the wedding, which is in the Silverwood. Technically, Orlean is give or take about 400 miles away, but I am totally happy to fast forward us through that boring travel experience. And tired and haggard sometime later, after going through many adventures which are less interesting than this one, you arrive having gone through most of your savings and meeting lots of people on the way. Probably you went along the Sheldamore River, got off at a village whose name I can't remember on the Watchtower Road. Then you went up, and then you went west, and then you eventually ended up in Orlean, where I will change our scene.
Wow, we traveled so fast.
I know.
I
We
was
made a
worried
really
about
good time, guys.
traveling through those Rushmores. They seem pretty scary, but I guess we made that okay.
And I know I've put you on the yeah, actually you do arrive in the north. So there you are on the north end of the village of Orlean. Now we have 7 minutes before we are scheduled to end, so we can certainly wander through some of this.
Oh yeah.
It looks like my Animal Crossing village.
What are some interesting things that happened during your travels?
Well, I got 300 more rocks.
I saw a porcupine and can now shapeshift into a porcupine.
Very likely.
I ate some leaves and it made my stomach itchy.
I sang about every single breed of tree.
Likely. Yep.
I also, we stayed at an inn for 2 nights. I fell in love with one of the staff members there. It happened to be her wedding night.
Oh my god.
She professed her love for me.
Uh-huh.
It happened again. I didn't handle it any better the second time around. And we had to leave that inn. I'm hoping it doesn't happen again here in Orlean, but I get no guarantees.
Also, I've been secretly adding rocks to Joe Jongeron's bag and telling him that they've been magically multiplying on their own.
And I've been secretly taking rocks out of his bag because I'm worried that it will slow him down.
There was also
Too
there was
much.
also one fun day where Gnorman stood on my shoulders and we wore an outfit that Joe Jongeron has, and we felt like a real full like grown up.
Yeah, it was two kids in a trench coat situation.
Yeah.
Likely. You probably also had a few near misses, some experiences, either avoiding or getting into a few scrapes with wandering monsters, as they're called.
Oh, likely.
Likely.
Goblins and
Some
moblins.
highwaymen. perhaps?
Highwaymen, or maybe you were the highwaymen. Who knows? Probably not, though.
I don't think so.
That doesn't seem to be your one.
No.
I could see Gnorman being a highwayman.
Yes, perhaps.
Oh, I should. I have Fireball this there. That's great. All right, so you guys are at the top of this this road. Can I ding now, or is that busted today? Oh, I have to get in. Wait, that's fine. Hey, I can ding. That's great. So you guys are up here at the top of the map. What would you like to do? So the village. I should give you a little description first. So all of these buildings they're well made, but they are looking like they are in disrepair, as in if they would normally have been maintained, they are less so now. They're weather beaten. The surrounding grasses and such are overgrown. You pass through a lot of farmland to get to this point, and the farms are poorly tended, if at all. You have a sense that people here don't really care about farming anymore, or at least they're kind of just sort of pulling half their ass through it. They're not really doing the productive work necessary to produce a lot of food. On your way through, you also passed a large vineyard where the vines are overgrown and rotting. So if there was good fruit on it, it has not been kept up.
So there's a Rust Belt feel.
Definitely.
This is giving me bad vibes. I am
fair.
not sensing this is a normal village. Andrew, may I use my detect magic?
You may certainly do
And
so.
if I do, I'm not burning a spell, right?
If you use it as a ritual, you're again going to have to sit down and do your trance and.
Yeah, that might take too long.
It's about
Well,
10 minutes.
I can detect evil if you prefer.
How? Oh, that's a good one. Because I can also do speak with animals as a ritual. Does that also take 10 minutes?
Yes, it would also take.
All rituals are 10 minutes? Okay.
What if I did a perception check?
Anybody who wants to can do a perception check.
I would like to. I think I have a high perception. I do. I have a +4 perception.
Okay.
Okay, Yolanda, you do perception check, and then I'll do a divine sense.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Here we go.
Let's see what happens. Oh, natural 20. Did you see that, Christine?
No, it didn't pop up for me, but that was exciting. Thank you for reacting. So
Did it
24.
Did it pop up for anybody else?
I saw it, yeah.
Why is it not popping up for Christine? Oh, because Christine, I don't see you in the scene here.
I'm up here.
I'm totally here. That's interesting. I will mark that as a bug. All right. So anyway, you rolled super, super well. You don't. Okay. So what did you do? What do you get out of that marvelous thing? When you roll a 20 on a 20-sided die, that's known as a natural 20, which is otherwise known as super awesome. Or otherwise known as an automatic success. But
Tell me everything about this village.
Everything about this village. Well, you know a thing or two about Orlane because you, on your travels, have picked up some stories.
Okay.
So let me tell you about Orlane. The stagnant bogs and slime-coated pools of the Rushmores occupy much of an otherwise fertile plain. To the north of the marsh, the dark recesses of the dim forest cause even the most stalwart travelers to think twice before entering among the tall trunks and dangling tendrils of moss. Only a few years ago, a group of adventurers opened a small caravan track through the previously untraveled dim forest, and this track connects the town of Hotchhawk with Grand March's thriving capital of Hook Hill. The track cuts through a narrow finger of the forest, and traders have to take precautions against the marauding creatures there. Ogres and goblins have been reported, often in large and bloodthirsty bands, and only lucky or well-armed caravans can expect to make the journey in safety. Orlane itself was founded nearly a generation ago, when explorers from Hotchhawk reported that the land between the Rushmores and the dim forest seemed to be extremely fertile. Soon after the arrival of the first farmers, a temple of the good goddess of agriculture, Marika, was erected, and thus the village of Orlane was born. The land here proved to be very rich, often producing crops half again as large as those grown in more mundane soil. Orlane quickly grew into a thriving community of 300 people. Occasionally, the settlers were harassed by bands of humanoids from the forest or strange, scaly creatures from the swamp. The farmers were hardy folk, however, and were not intimidated by a few raids. Instead, they organized a well-trained militia to meet the assaults of the monsters with cold steel. The humanoids soon learned that Orlane was a village best left alone. Throughout the past year, though, the population of Orlane has undergone a steady decline. Many farmers have packed their possessions and, for unknown reasons, migrated to other, less fertile areas. Some homes have simply been found abandoned, with food on the table or crops unharvested in the field. No explanation has ever been offered for these strange disappearances. Sometimes the families have returned in a week or two, other times they've never been heard from again. This is probably from some tavern dweller who has been talking about all this. The friendly character of Orlane has vanished as those who remain have become suspicious of the strange occurrences. Families have drawn in upon themselves, rarely conversing with their neighbors. Now strangers in Orlane are more often met with questions and challenges than friendly invitations. Something sinister is at work in Orlane.
You can send us that?
Yes, I will not improvise that again for you.
Did you do your perception, not your evil thing there?
Yeah, let me do a divine sense. See if there's a presence of evil in the area.
Okay, you get a general sense of some evil. You can't pinpoint it from where you are right now, and certainly there's nothing specific in the 60 feet around you where you are at the north of the village.
Evil or sinister?
One would say both.
Are there any visible animals in the village? Are there any livestock?
Where you are right now, in this immediate farm here to your south, there's nothing. It looks like a deserted farm. The one further south, right here. Let me just check that. You can see two children are playing in the yard, and several goats are wandering in a small corral nearby.
Ooh.
And a pen housing an immense pig is also visible just south of that barn.
Oh, there's a pig? And there's some goats?
Yep.
Can I use as a ritual speak with animals?
Well, they're around 85 feet away, so
could I
be shouting at animals, really?
Well, could I move closer and then do that? Can you guys come with me? Because I have to go into like a trance-like state again. This takes 10 minutes.
Of course.
I don't want to blow a spell on
We'll make this our last move for the.
Very good. Yep. Well done, sir, because we are at 9:30. So move yourselves to where you would want to be.
I don't know if I can move myself.
Where are the animals at?
Yeah, why are you not here, Christine? I don't see you on the
I
move.
see myself.
So if we come, this is making me nervous, this abandoned thing, but let's come over here. You see where I am?
I do see you where you are.
Yeah. I'm right beside you.
So, because that way we can flee to the north if we have to. We don't have anything.
View
you guys can take a look at the lake.
I'll move. I moved you over there, Glenn. Oh, Christine, you're there. Can you move yourself?
I did it.
Well,
hold on. Can I?
I did it, but I'd like to see if you can do it.
I thought I did it.
I think this village has a lot of potential.
Potential for what?
For it to be a nice village again.
Okay, yeah.
Nice babbling brook, beautiful architecture.
I think the housing market is gonna.
Andrew, have I started meditating?
Let's say that you can start meditating now if you want. Sure.
Okay. I'm down in my crouch. I'm kind of doing something similar to what Crocodile Dundee did when he saw a water buffalo in the middle of the road. I'm in a trance-like state, humming again, making eye contact with the goats and the pig. Is that all right, Andrew? I can commune with more than one species.
Oh, once you start speaking, you've got like 10 minutes where you can just have a chat with any of the nearby animals. And Christine, yes, we got you moving. I think that works.
Were you moving me as well?
No, I wasn't moving you at all.
Because I would go one way and then like click, click, and then it would do that. Like it would just ghost smoothly move.
Weird.
And I have to use arrows from the top left corner.
That will do it. Yeah. Oh, what are you using? What's your browser that you're using?
Chrome. Don't you dare tell me it's wrong.
No, it's not wrong. That's what I built it on, so it should work. Anyway.
Oh, now I can drag her suddenly.
Listen, don't question it.
Let's let Tergar do his thing here. I want to know what's up.
I'm still trying to figure this out. I will be quiet.
So as Tergar settles down to talk with the pig, the two kids are there. They stop playing and looking at. They start looking at Tergar, and then emerging from the farmhouse comes a well-built human dressed in farmer's peasant clothing, and he sort of wiping his hands, and he comes up to you and with a suspicious gaze says, "What are you doing?" And that is where we will pause it for this session.
Wow.
All right. Anybody want to say any passing thoughts, thanks, or shout-outs to this evening before we wrap it all up?
Andrew Spencer Lee had a funny comment before you mentioned that, Andrew. What are those strangers doing over there with the goats? Maybe yeah, that would be. I didn't think of that part. That's a bit weird.
Well, you are still the 20 feet from the goats, but yeah, it's weird.
The eye contact is intense enough that it would arouse.
Yeah, it's unsettling when I stare at you and start doing the whole. Yeah,
definitely. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here tonight, everybody. Thank you for watching, all 6 of you. We look forward to doing this again in 2 weeks, and we will see you all then and there. Tune in for the next installment of Crush Plays D&D, and now we will fireball out to our lovely default screen. So thanks all for watching, and good night.
Bye.
Good night.